Heads up, if you have kids around, parental advisory is in effect.
Parental advisory is in effect.
This is the Bonus Bone Podcast with Lamont and Baby Huey and Chasta.
Woo! Welcome back to the Bonus Bone Podcast. Chasta, Lamont, and Huey.
Woot woot!
Woot woot! I live for the woot woot. This week we are randomly talking about shit we will never, ever, ever do again.
I've got a shopping list I can go through.
Then you start, by all means. What are things you've tried that you will never do again?
Okay, well, first off, you know I hate nature.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
And listen, it's not because I had a real bad experience my first camping trip. Have I ever told you my first camping trip?
No, I was going to ask, is there like childhood trauma involved with nature?
There's no trauma whatsoever. I just friggin' didn't enjoy it so much. The school we went to, they said, oh, well, everyone's going to go camping. Now, at that point, I'm thinking, well, this is going to be a good time. I was probably in the 9th grade, and you're getting away from your parents and everything.
Yeah.
And in the 9th grade, you're getting a little rebellious already, you know.
Yeah.
You've got a tent. We had 4 people in our tent. One guy I played hockey with, but I really didn't know him that well.
Yeah.
Because he had just joined the team. He was on the team for about a year. A couple of my other buddies that I'd been friends with for a couple of years. So I thought, well, this will be a good tent.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in this tent. And first off, we go in the fucking middle of fucking nowhere, okay? And it was a camping site.
This is in Canada for anyone who doesn't know.
In Canada. Yeah. But it was like a camping site. So they had like a store there, and I use that term loosely, okay?
Yeah.
It was like, when you go to a baseball game, a minor league, a kid's baseball game, and they have the snack bar that parents run?
Yes.
Well, this was basically the equivalent of the store at this camping site, right?
Yeah.
But we had to set up a tent. I had never been camping before. So the guys in my tents pretty much set it up because I'm useless when it comes to stuff like that. So they set it up. Well, of course, the fucking first night there, it starts pouring. And this tent is leaking. And I am friggin' miserable. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing in this nature shit? Well, the guy that was on my hockey team, he disappears for a while. And I'm thinking, maybe he's going to get us a new tent. I don't know. And he comes back with a fucking pillowcase full of fucking snacks. And I mean, there's chocolate bars and friggin' soft drinks and bags of fucking chips. It was unfucking real. I'm just like, holy fuck. And by the way, he does this like at 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I'm thinking, well, this guy might have been the greatest guy to tent with, right?
This is the guy you need on Survivalist or whatever those shows are.
Right, so we're all fucking snacking away at this. I said, where the fuck did you get this? Now, keep in mind, we're in the 9th grade. We're not old enough to drive.
Right.
He goes, I broke into the snack shop.
He raided the little snack bar?
He didn't raid it. He fucking broke in, right?
Oh, my God.
I'm just like, this is fun. I'm eating stolen fucking goods here. So, long story short, all of a sudden the next day, the teachers who are on this trip are going through the fucking tents to find out who broke in to the fucking snack shop.
And you've got Cheeto dust on your face.
Fuck, Cheeto dust. We had half the fucking store in our tent. So we find out, and this guy goes, dude, we're in trouble. I go, we're in trouble? What the fuck? I was sleeping in this fucking leaky tent.
You got a mouse in your pocket, sir? I don't think so.
So we got to get rid of this friggin' this stuff. I go, I'm not touching that shit. You get rid of that fucking shit. So he managed to get rid of it before the fucking teachers found out. So that was my first experience with camping.
That is hilarious, yes.
So then, years later, and this happened a couple of years ago, and I am a proponent. I hate fucking camping. I hate nature. Nothing good can come of this.
Nothing good can come from nature.
So it's my birthday a couple of years ago, and a relative goes, I know what we'll do. We'll go to what is that?
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Yes. I remember when this happened.
And I'm going, no, I don't want to go. My wife goes, oh, no, we have to because they're looking forward to this. I go, it's my fucking birthday. I will tell you, I have never been more fucking miserable in my life. We're staying in a hotel. There's no fucking wireless there.
Yeah.
The friggin' rooms are old. There's one restaurant to go to. I'm just like, oh, happy fucking birthday to me. Never in my life will I fucking do that shit again.
To be clear, this is true story. Lamont is the guy that if he is not happy with a hotel room, if it has carpet he does not agree with,
or smells,
or any kind of thing, he will walk down and be like, nope, I'm out, and go get another. I have seen you do it in Chicago.
There was a Christmas party here that they got us free hotel rooms.
Oh, I remember
that
that
near the wharf.
I remember
and
that.
I went down after work, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is great. We got the Christmas party tonight. I go down to the hotel. I said, oh, I'm checking in here, and I'm looking around. The lobby looked okay. So I'm walking down the hallway to the room. I'm like the 4th floor or something. And as I'm walking down the hallway, I'm just like, fuck, this place smells funny, right? Well, maybe the room will be okay. I get in the room. It was fucking disgusting. Okay. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What kind of fucking party is this? So I walked out. I said to the guy, no thanks.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was a free room.
It was a free room.
And I go, no thanks. I went down the street and fucking rented my own hotel room. It cost me $295.
That must have been a stinky hotel room.
It was friggin' horrible. As cheap as I am, but I refused to stay in a shitty fucking environment. The tent I stayed in was better than that fucking hotel.
If you're doing a drinking game for every time Lamont drops the F-bomb on this, you are shit canned right now.
Well, because this is very dear to me.
It is. No, we went to Chicago one year, and I don't remember where we were staying. It doesn't matter. But we walk into the hotel, and you were like, it has ugly carpet, and you left.
And it was fucking I was miserable. It was the hotel where the actual convention was.
Where the convention was. And we went across the street, and you got a hotel, which I think actually was the Trump Hotel, wasn't it?
No. I'll tell you a funny story. The Trump Hotel pissed me off when I went in there because the Trump Hotel they were very rude to me when I walked in because I'm in a t-shirt and shorts. Now they have no idea what I make in a year. They have no idea what I do, but I was unsavory to them when I walked in. So I said, well, I'm interested in a room. How much are the rooms here? And they said, I think it was like $600 a night.
It was expensive, yeah.
It was expensive. And I go, okay, can I see the room? I'm sorry, sir. Do you actually plan on staying here? I go, not now, I don't. And I went across the street and spent $650 a night to stay in a nicer hotel.
That's right. I remember that full part of the story. And by the way, this is a long time ago. This is before Trump was president or any of that stuff. This is not a political conversation.
No, it's not.
This is purely about the hotel.
The staff pissed me off, and I will never stay there, ever.
I love it. Okay, so the moral of the story is you're never going into nature again.
Never, ever.
So you won't go on a hike with me or anything like that?
I see no benefit to that. I would rather walk the cement streets and walk to the wharf.
Yeah, exactly. You can hike through the city. All right.
Yes.
Your turn, Huey. What will you never, ever do again?
Okay, so disclaimer, I get seasick very easily.
I do, too.
Even I get
Do you get sick in cars or on a plane?
I can get car sick pretty easy, too. If I'm not driving, if I'm in the passenger
Or if you're
seat,
sitting in the back seat and try reading something.
Oh, no way.
Oh, man.
God.
But I can get sick anywhere pretty easily at those scenarios there.
Yeah.
But years ago, our old boss, our old PD, he has this boat. He was so proud of it.
Oh, he was so friggin' proud of this, bro. And by the way, I thought it was a yacht the way he was talking. Right?
Really? He really worked it up, okay?
He thought it was a big group outing, bonding time. I don't know what the occasion was.
We're going on the boat?
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to take you on this boat. It's going to be fun. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm worried about just getting sick. And so we get down to wherever the boat was docked or parked at. And, it's probably the size of
a fishing boat,
half this room, I think, maybe. So it's like
it looked like it belonged as a tugboat or something. It fucking looked like it was a friggin' shrimp boat.
Shrimp boat,
like Bubba Gump.
So, and back then we had a bigger staff than we have now.
Probably double it.
Yeah. So it's like,
Might be
like,
triple it.
Yeah, like 10, 15 of us on this boat. And so he wants to take us around the whole the bay.
Oh, the bay.
By
Okay.
Alcatraz and stuff.
That's awesome.
But still, it was just...
Not on this boat.
Not on this
The
boat.
waves, I mean, it was just bumpy, up and down, and down. And it was such a bumpy ride. And I'm
Dude, I
just
wanna
like...
puke just thinking
I'm in the
about
back
that.
like...
He was thrown up.
I feel it, and it's like I had to let it go.
He was chumming.
He
He
off
was
the
chumming
side?
over the side of the boat.
It was coming up my throat, and it was in my mouth, and it's like I can't hold it anymore.
Oh!
So I literally leaned over and just. And one of our coworkers filmed the whole thing, was laughing.
Oh, my.
But I felt so much better. But then and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but like the side of the boat was covered in puke.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the boss got mad at you because that was his pride and joy.
Oh, my
That friggin' tugboat, shrimp crawler, garbage scowl.
And then when we got back to the dock, like, man, the sea legs, like just trying to walk off there, it was bad. So like those little boats. So yeah, I would never again ride a small ass boat in the bay waters.
I'll give you something like that happened to me. I will never fucking do this again. Everyone thought it was the greatest thing on earth. They had this company that would take you up and dogfight planes.
Oh, hell
And these
no.
planes were like the kind of planes they used to train the World War II. They were prop planes, but they were like really fast. They were some kind of Italian fighter jets that they used in the Second World War or after the Second World. But they were friggin' fast planes. They were great planes. So they get us in there, and Tonelli's in one plane. I'm in the other plane. Now, what we don't know is the object of these pilots is to make the fucking people puke.
Oh.
So we are up about 20,000, 15,000 feet, and we're flying over the Bay Area, and then they start, okay, there's the enemy coming in. That's Tonelli's plane. And they start flying as fast as they can into it, like they're playing fucking chicken in the air. But they've all got it coordinated, so we think, okay, and then they veer off just when you're getting close to the plane. I'm looking at this going, what the fuck is going on here, right? And then when he veers off, he starts doing somersaults.
Oh, no.
Like over and over and over again, tipping the wings. I'm looking. You have no idea which way is up, which way is down. I am lucky I wasn't John fucking Denver in that plane over Monterey Bay.
He thought he was Maverick.
I'm just like, so I was like this. You better slow down here, buddy. I'm going to throw up. And goes, there's puke bags in the back. I fucking filled up 3 puke bags. I was so fucking, I've never been that sick in my life. When we got off the plane, my legs were so rubbery, because you mentioned rubbery legs. My legs were so rubbery, Chasta, I had to crawl off the plane on the tarmac.
Oh, my God.
Never fucking again.
Do you understand? I've had to use multiple times puke bags on commercial airlines.
Oh, that's great.
I wouldn't have lived through that.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like people, like the Blue Angels, sometimes will take people up. I couldn't. I would love to do it.
No.
I don't have many fears. It's really just clowns. I don't have a lot of fears.
I don't fear the height so much.
But I physically can't take it.
Physically, I can't take it either. The way they flip and turn and friggin' go up about 20,000 feet and then just drop 5,000 feet.
There's no freaking
Chasta,
way.
it was a fucking nightmare.
Dude,
you know what? I had such a headache. I had a fucking headache for a week after that.
I bet. Dude, if a pilot has to do a big turn to come back around into SFO, I'm like, I'm out. I can't handle it. I'm done. It's so embarrassing. I know Jay gets really embarrassed, but I oftentimes have had to grab that bag and just hurl. It's awful.
That's
but
great.
It is what it is. Yeah. So mine is snowboarding. I tried my absolute hardest to learn to snowboard.
Right.
It is so effing painful when you can't get it right. There's no delicate way to like fall when you're snowboarding. It's either straight on your ass or you eat shit and die.
Yeah.
Like there is no in between. It's not like, I'm just going to crumble into the snow. So this was actually one of the biggest fights Jay and I have ever had.
Over snowboarding?
Yes, because he was trying to teach me.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You should never learn something that's really, really difficult from your lover.
Right.
It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
So it was me and Jay and Pete, Gianna's husband.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Real
One
good
of my
guy.
best friends in the entire world.
Yeah.
And so Pete's trying to be loving and helpful, and Jay's just like, here's how you do it. Just do it. And I'm like, That's not how you teach somebody. I
doing
can't
like
just do
360s.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't just do
360s.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't get my rhythm, and it's just eating shit once after another. It was
And by the way,
awful.
it's not fun for them because they want to fucking
And
go.
he couldn't go. And that was
Right.
the thing. And I felt bad because I was keeping him behind.
You're
and he
going
can't
like
go
a
play.
foot an hour.
Exactly. And terrified at the foot an hour. Like,
Right.
I'm about to die. So I just eat shit one time. And I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm like, leave me here. I'll die here.
Doing snow angels.
Yeah. And so Jay's like, okay, fine. I'm just going to let you figure it out on your own. You know the basics. Just do it. And sweet Pete, I have to give him a shout out. Pete was like, no, we got this. All it took was somebody who I wasn't physically and
Boning.
romantically attached to like just, I don't know, delicately put it. I don't know what there is about that. Have you ever tried to learn something from like your lover? It's a nightmare.
Well, it's like
Right.
coaching too. I think like kids that their parents is the coach.
Yeah.
For me, I always did better when someone else was teaching me
I
stuff.
think that's a thing. Like
Yeah.
like Jay trying to teach Cody how to drum. Jay is one of the best drummers in the entire world. He's also one of the best instructors in the entire world.
Yeah.
He has like 70 private students. But he and Cody butt heads. And I think it's the same thing. It's like teaching your child or someone you love to do something like that is harder. Anyway, Pete helped me and I got through the day. But I swore when I got
You'll
to the
never
bottom
do
of
it
the
again.
Never fucking doing that again.
You go skiing?
I've been skiing since I was a little kid.
Me too.
Like, we grew
I
up.
friggin'
yeah.
love skiing.
I love skiing.
I'm
We
just
should-
like, why would I stand on one board when I can stand on two? That's exactly what I said. Thank you.
That's what I said that day. I'm like, why would you only use one when you can have two?
Yes.
And you don't have to worry about balance. You can just cruise, right?
Yeah.
But he has real beef with people who are skiers. So he has real beef with me because he thinks we're lame, but whatever. So yeah, I'm never snowboarding again. There you go.
You ever snowboarded, Baby Huey?
Neither. I've not skied or
skied?
snowboarded.
You haven't skied either?
Surf, none of that
No,
stuff.
we're going to have to do that and put it on video.
Oh my!
I used to love watching X Games and Winter X Games, but none of that stuff I never.
I guarantee
haven't
you,
done it
try
before.
snowboarding, you won't be X gaming. I'll tell you that.
Okay, you know what? Your previous PD had a boat and he took you guys out to Bond. Jay's parents have a Tahoe house that they will let us use. We can have a bonding trip up there and we can teach you how to ski.
I'm afraid I'm going to break something. Knock on.
Oh my God, you'll break the skis. As long as it's the skis and not you, that's all that matters.
Man.
That would be fun.
And
And if we take a small plane up there, we can all puke together. What were you going to say?
No, I was thinking, like, do you have to, like, ride that, like, what is those? Like,
Gondola?
The
up to the
ski
top.
lift?
Yeah, gondolas are nothing.
how long's that
Oh,
ride?
shoot, he's afraid of heights. That might not work out very well.
Oh, that's even better.
He's going to be puking off
And
the...
when it stalls, because
Yeah,
half time,
and then
it
you
like it
swing.
just stops, and then you start swinging on this gondola.
Oh, like at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, I
Yeah.
like taking that thing across the park, but yeah, I freak out when it stops and it starts shaking.
No,
back
it
and
does that. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
and a ski
okay.
lift is higher than that.
Oh my god!
Okay, it's happening. I'll plan it. It'll be our bonehead bonding trip. All right, you guys, thank you for listening to another ridiculous episode of the Bonus Bone Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, 1077 The Bone, wherever you get your audio. And we love you, and we'll talk to you next week. And Lamont wants to say one more thing.
And if you have something that you go, never fucking again, send it in to us.
Absolutely. We want to hear all about it. TheBonusBonePodcast@gmail.com. All right, love you long time. We'll talk to you next
Love,
week.
love.
Bye.